So welcome to Realms of Thetadolyon, everyone. So we are at session 0 with many of our new characters and people. So hopefully maybe we look back in this video in the future, we'll see how far or how much things changed. But I want to let you all know about the world that you all created and the people and the things that have been influenced and adjusted and changed. 200 years ago, there was a Seric's sundering. He broke the multiverse and broke most of the ways between the realms to weaken Ao, the great overgod. Ao and what was believed to be Tyr waged battle for a long time. Over time, it turned out that it was not Tyr, but an essence of Tyr that had taken over, that was even more logical and less passionate than Tyr. Many realms were destroyed for not complying to one or the other. Eberron sits waiting to be rediscovered. Lots of mystery and legends are over this. So we have people and gods that have spread word that someday the realms will be reconnected. Our school, Highborn University, was founded on this. The original founders of Highborn University knew that someday magic, all types of magic, would come back. The arcane, the elemental, the planes, and everything in between, and the natural. Magic will be used like it was of legend, and many of the ancient beings and creatures throughout the world could freely use it. But for many years, the world struggled. It almost felt like a piece of them was missing, because great beings and creatures that had magic their whole life, it's like couldn't produce anything to fraction. We discovered that many animals and many beings and creatures couldn't even survive without magic flowing through their veins. So bloodlines that had magic that flow through couldn't bear children, because the bloodlines are how they flow through. The dragonborn race is all but gone. So many races that were magical have basically become hermits and a former shadow of themselves. But there are a few lights in the world. For 50 years after the Sundering, wars took place trying to keep Tiamat at bay in Thetadolyon. Sometimes great alliances formed between the Hubshan and the Hubshan people and the people of Dragonloft to even fight Tiamat to keep her lands from growing. Through the years, no one saw devils or demons in the lands of Thetadolyon except those that were stuck here to begin with. So things were good. But yet, there was light and shadow. The deeper that shadow got, reaching across the land, little flecks of light formed thanks to the temples of Lestai and other gods that had been renewed. New names of gods and new forms of worship rose across the land. The lines blurred between what was good and what was evil, but it was what was helpful and what was hopeful. So, and again, there was Hubshan. Hubshan was the beacon throughout the world. Everyone knew that you couldn't go to Hubshan unless you had pure intentions, or at least non-deceptive or evil intentions. Trade formed, roads were formed. Think of Hubshan as Rome. So everything came to and fro. Sales, thanks to the Great Gold and the Pleasure House, was almost the extension of Hubshan. It was divided up between the free peoples of Sales. It was mixed. Think of it as Berlin in a way. When the wall was up without a wall, they coexist and mingled the best they could. But happiness was always looked for the truth, and not just believing that you could. Hope was considered foolish. Doing was considered positive, while the people of Hubshan and their allies believed that hope always led the way to light. So, but for 50 years, things seemed okay. And then one day it stopped. So, no magic articles came in, no people came in, no food came in, nothing. The great university sent people out. Many people didn't come back. So, and after a time, once every 10 years, the school would send more people out in hopes that they would find a way to reunite the plains and reunite Thetadolyon. We've done this for 150 years. It is almost the 150th year. So magic is getting sparser. The world is getting weaker when it comes to magic. So this might be the last class that ever has enough power and enough strength to leave Hubshan and correct things. But many of the people of Hubshan seem to have forgotten the outside world. The bubble was expanded over those 50 years. Hubshan encompasses the Drow kingdom underneath. They encompass a small Drugar outpost that has become like a little fraction down there. They've taken some of the sea. So food and agriculture has thrived thanks to artificer trainings that's come in. We've learned to incorporate clockwork beings, clockwork magic, by using little solar panels equivalent that could draw magic from the air that was coming forward. We've discovered that when a magical being dies, they release magic into the air. So we've been able to harness that. So we've learned more about magic in the last 150 years than we thought that ever possible, because we had to. So the school, which is the greatest school that the headmaster has ever come to know, thinking through all the realms with the knowledge, he probed a certain Bajor instructor that had knowledge of thousands upon thousands of worlds, and being able to draw in what they could. As the divine magic is weak, elemental magic is wild, but we've learned to harness our inner teachings. Thanks to monks, we learned that key or focus was always there. What key and focus always did? It was always able to pull magic from within and out to you. So we have tried to teach that to keep magic alive. We have little sub-schools set across in tutors that is set across the land of Hubshan. So many of you were found by these tutors, and if you had an aptitude, you were trained or shown. Some of you had private tutors. Some of you all had these general schools that you could go through that you're sort of weeded out to find. But every year, less and less of these people came to these classes because less and less people had power and abilities to even cast basic magic. So again, you all could be the last of this class. So because magic is running out. The Great Council of Hubshan has been using magic left and right thanks to bettering people. We've been enhancing crops and purifying water with the magic that's in the land. We've been using great machinery, like golems and other things, to work. We've created a train system that can go between the upper and the lower through the bubble. So some flying ships and some flying cars. Some cartless goes through too. some carts that don't have anything going through. We've been able to get magical spirits and fae to help that were trapped in Thetadolyon that is good, that have come in too. The city imbues magic everywhere, but it is also nowhere because it's so weak. So again, you are the last that could be through here. So some of the great teachers are still around in the world that started the school, but many have been replaced over time and time again. Two of the oldest was Professor Ang or Master Ang, and then Bajorn. So, and then the headmaster, who's been always the headmaster, Omniball, but this Omni Orb is the thing of legend because everyone at this point did not believe that he was ever a real living person. They just believe that he's just some magic card catalog of knowledge. So, but is everything on the up and up at the school? Like, do you all know the stakes that are in there? Many of your tutors have told you things that you could be the last, you can be the last. But this has been chatter for 50 years or so that, oh, we must correct this, or Hubshan will fall. But it seems like, could this be true? Could this not be true? So most people are oblivious to their daily lives and just thinking how it's going forward. As part of your initiation, you were told that we can't cause a panic. The kingdom is hardly holding itself together. Because food is getting thinner and thinner, because we're not able to produce enough magically. The land is only can be tilled for so long. Water can only be purified by so much. So many of the churches are getting fanatical. Don't speak out against the good things. So tieflings over the last 20 years have grown in number. Most of the people there look down on tieflings because of their heritage, so they think that you must be evil or you must have evil coming to see you. So prejudices are high. If you are not a human or elf, it's like you are looked down as something that is tainted because you have magic in your blood. But even elves at this point are starting to look down upon a little bit. Only those that are pure without magic, that can harness magic, are the best. Because otherwise you just waste it because you've squandered and you've lost. It's like you lost magic to where the others are looking to gain it. And with that is the end of my description of your world that you are going to be in. Again, we are almost 200 years in the future since the Sundering. At this point, if anyone would like to explain their character, like just to give an idea, I'd be glad to hear it. Anyone like to go first?
Yar, I'll go first. Well, before they stopped letting people in out of the blooming city, I was on a great ship, the SS Minnow. Unfortunately, we were ran ashore by a great dragon turtle. I was able to escape, me mates were not. Sadly, the professor and Ginger drowned. We made it ashore, and they wanted to not let me in because I was a profiteer. They said, no, you's a pirate. I said, no, I'm a profiteer. Once looking me once over with their good eye, I don't know which one that was, but they looked me over real hard with their good eyes and said, okay, you're not evil. And I said, no, I'm not evil, I'm a profiteer. And I came in and they told me there's places here and people here who could teach me things about finding the goodies left in the land, if there were any. So I attended greatly the professors of magic stuff and the professors of gold in commerce, I think they called it. There was many interesting things and stories about what was once here, but while I've been here, the water has dried up. I'm afeared it's caused me to be a landlubber, although they do let me go fishing sometimes.
I would like to say this. None of you have stepped foot into this school until the first time you play. Like I said, you all have been proctored up, so you had to qualify by getting your subclass. So when you play, that's the first stage you're coming in, unless some of you all have history in the school.
Well, those are the classes I'm signing up for.
Yeah. So because you've found a sponsor, so they've told stuff. So anyone else would like to follow?
It's hard to follow.
What is your
Yeah,
name?
that was good. So good job, JR.
What was your name?
Yeah, you never said your name.
John.
John.
So dramatic.
John.
Silver. I'm not long. I'm only 5 foot tall, and I have silver hair. I was stolen off the island.
Average John Silver.
All right, go on, Jack. Let's hear yours because you have a pretty good one.
No, it's not fully fleshed out as that.
So,
This is Fenrir, 18 care. This is a still defender named Tony. He comes from a fairly well-to-do family, and he's looking to increase his knowledge of artifacts and how to make them. And is looking to maybe profit from his future classmates by helping him out a little bit here and there.
So Master Aang's class is going to be busy.
so will you
What?
like
Master Aang's class is gonna be
what
busy.
race are you?
I'm a Durgar.
Durgar. So he's from the colony.
I don't know.
The Underdark.
Yeah, it's the dark dwarf.
He's a
Dark
dwarf,
dwarf.
but he's
He's
dark skinned.
So he's black?
No, he's
He's
like
like more blue.
pale blue, purple.
Like a
He's
drow.
he's the size of a human. So he's like really stocky. So, so anyone else?
My character's name is Mist. He is the
Of course.
grandson of Master Ree, so his name is Mist Ree. He is a green tiefling. Don't know why, don't know how. Apparently Grandpa might have had a run-in with the devil. Made a slotted one somehow in his travelings. I have been in the school. I spend most of my time in the library. My best friend is a certain blue orb that I talk to on a daily basis.
It's debatable whether or not the
It talks
orb
back,
the
yeah.
orb thinks the same thing. But
Yeah. But, we're besties. And then, yeah. But I don't talk a whole lot. I keep to myself. And I do not carry a weapon.
Bold of you.
Yeah. I am a warlock. But I don't know why.
Heather.
Why you been in the library this whole time?
Oh, yeah. I got a sister.
Can I get a copy of that, please?
I got a big little sister.
Then you go in, Jack.
My name is Pepper Ree. I am his sister. I'm a barbarian gnome. Take after grandma. Sorry. Sorta. How you hanging in there, little bro?
No, I'm good. Excellent.
So yes, so she's the granddaughter of Aang and Scarlet. So again, I know some of you all haven't got it, but you can introduce. So go ahead, Dusty.
My name is
What's
Conlon.
gonna happen on day
My family has taught at the school since its founding. Kinda like a warlock, but I'm not.
Oh man.
I'm not as talented as the other warlocks as far as the magic goes, but I am better with weapons than the other warlocks.
Okay.
Would you like your weapons to be better? I can help out.
Yeah, so
Making friends at the new school already.
I know, it's like we're friends. What's your race?
I'm a
Your
human.
species? So, all right, Whitney.
How do we say I pronounce my name?
I don't know. You're the one that wrote it. I was hoping you'd say it. I was like,
Cruella?
cut and
Yeah,
paste.
that's what it is.
Cruella.
Cruella. Like
not Cruella.
Yeah, no Cruella.
No, Cruella. Okay,
No
so no
Cruella.
U in it? No, it's
It's an I.
Criella.
I don't know. I cut and pasted in there because I was like, I have no idea. how to
I
say
literally
this.
Googled cool D&D names and it popped up. Okay, I can.
Okay.
Cruella.
I should be able to remember how to say it. Criella, not like
Moth.
Chris. Criella. Criella.
Oh, tell me all about it. That's going to be a problem.
It's just-
I
call you
understand, but
Or Ella.
Okay, yeah, either one of those would work.
Yeah, I was like, all right, everyone give her a nickname.
Ella.
It's either Cree or Ella.
Ella.
I like Ella.
Ella's easy.
Ella.
Ellie.
Ellie.
Oh, okay, Ellie. So we have a Lily and Ellie. All right. So go on, Ellie.
I'm a tiefling. I'm gonna be blue. I don't have a last name. I'm kind of like an orphan. I want to say that because I'm a tiefling that people used to throw stones at me and now I'm scared of them.
So, or maybe with their eyes and stuff. Because, like I said, you can't be evil in Hubshan. But you know, I know. We talked. She basically was shunned because, and a lot of tieflings are given up to churches or just given up. They've you know so. So her parents may or may not have abandoned her in the streets. So
The streets raised me.
and so did we say that you spent most of your time in Underdark or just in the city?
I don't think we ever talked about
Yeah, I don't know. So we're still going a little bit, but yeah. So she's been basically alone her whole life. That's
I trust no one. I like no one.
Yeah, so she's very gun shy considering everyone's always just giving her eye daggers her whole life. Okay, so Christina.
I am Chloe Ravenwood. I am a human ranger. My parents are still alive. I decided she was.
Okay, so
My parents are still alive, but I'm just at the age where I'm going out to learn, God bless you, to learn more about myself and more about magic. I do, of course, like animals more than most people. So, I know, right? But I'm not backwards or anything. I'm friendly to a point. But like I said, I like most animals more than people, so I won't go out of my way to be friendly.
So she spends most of her time in Ravenwood. If you all played the first part, the Ravenwood is what created, and so her family has done that for a long time. So that's why they have the Ravenwood last name, because they tend the Ravenwood, including Lady Ravenwood. So that's actually, did you decide that's your like best friend? Yeah, so she's like really good friends with the sort of the ministry. And just let you know, just to add another piece, the Ravenwood is an important part. You will be doing a lot of lessons in the Ravenwood because it's just there. It's important. So, and last but not least, Loverboy. Oh. So, Scotty?
Yes.
Are you going to tell us
Yeah,
about your character?
tell us about what, like I said,
Is this character going to break my heart too?
Probably.
Surely it's not another bard.
No, you can't have a bard. I'm playing a paladin this time. Yeah. So, I really don't know what to say.
Name?
What's his name?
Dawn.
Sheesh.
Dawn. D-O-N.
Oh.
Dawn. Dawn.
There's a reason
Stone.
Dawn. Yeah, we may call you Dawn.
What's your race?
he's human. So, but he's
So we
paladin.
have quite a few humans.
Yeah. So there ain't not a lot of
I
choices.
thought that was two.
I tried to
Do
be a
it.
bird.
I'm human.
I'm
He's
human.
human.
Yeah,
He's
most
human.
everybody.
Yeah, most people are human.
I'm an elf.
Yeah, those two are
I'm a
tieflings.
green tiefling.
Yeah.
I'm a okay, so 3 tieflings, elf, human.
You're a guard.
She's a gnome.
And I'm gonna.
So, but you have a fun paladin, and you told me your devotion, right?
Yeah.
So he's paladin
What are you
devotion.
devoted to?
I guess you'll have like 5 hours.
So so that's pretty much it. A lot of you all have helped build the world, like little pieces based on your all's background. I've talked to several of the other characters that are floating in and out. Like I was hoping Mike and Braden would come because I've talked to them about their characters, and I've already talked to Jimmy and Zane about theirs. So I thought Jimmy and Zane were coming. We're entering a new world where you all get to unlock and do things. What classes are here now will grow with you all. So hopefully, like I'm probably going to be giving more magic items out this time because you need them. That's this big thing. So like a lot of stuff will come through magic and stuff like that.
Question about my character.
Yeah.
Since I'm not carrying a weapon, can he have one magic item from Aang that just has where I wear a mask, like the disguise self or something like that?
Yeah, like we'll work on it.
Okay.
It's like one thing that we will do in time once, like after a few classes. I'm just telling you, after a few classes, you all will be given like missions to go help the town, help your own even your own places. If you can't go and settle your own places that you live or whatever. So we're going to the Underdark. We're going to the Drugar outpost. We'll be in Hubshan and the castle. When you're in school, you won't have armor and stuff on. There's no point, stuff like that. You are allowed to carry your weapons or anything, or any symbols or anything special. But there's no point in having armor and shields and stuff with that. But when you step out, based on what you do, the schools will probably give you a magic item, out of the vaults and other stuff like that too. Like once you're run missions, so to speak. Because really, Hubshan is, some people are the smiley. I don't stick my head in the sand, and other people are like, it's like we're all going to die soon. Like the end is nigh. So you all are going to help tip that one way or another. But everyone will have be given at least one magic item at some point. Some of the names and some of the other stuff, I will, depending on, like, you can't do anything that plane shifts or do stuff like that. So if you have spells, I will be a little bit harsher on what you can't do magic wise. So I might do stuff. I have some spells hidden that I'll tell you all too, if it fits you all. Because some of you all are elemental based magic, some of you are arcane based magic, some of you are pact magic, some of you all are, you got magic from different places. So it's sort of got to fit. And then we will make missions, and for your growth will be part of the process, to become what you were destined to be, and hopefully the creed of the school is to, while Thetadolyon is important, is really fix the multiverse and bring balance back across everywhere.